Hello everyone, welcome back. Another episode of bone healing. I've recovering from my broken bones, the fourth and the fifth metacarpal. I'm in my fifth week. It is now in hard callus, and it feels a lot better. You see, I'm not wearing anything. I'm not supporting. I don't have my splint, or before I was wearing this. I would wear. This is just a sweatband, a wrist sweatband. I would at least put this on right here, so it just just keeps it all together. I'm not even wearing this anymore. It feels good enough to actually do things. I could tell I could actually feel the hard callus. I think it's the hard callus is setting in because when I was doing certain things with with just my hand, I could feel the pressure or the stress on the bone, even though I have like uh, plates and screws in here. I could feel the stress on the bone. I could feel it. My nerves are obviously been reconnecting, and so I could feel that stress on both the bones, mostly on the fifth metacarpal. The fifth metacarpal really took the worst of the of of the broken bones here. I'll put an X-ray up and show you, but you could kind of see that where the knuckle is, it really broke in multiple places. I don't know, it's multiple places, but it just had a jagged break to it, and plus it almost broke all the way up to there's like a little hairline fracture all the way up to the knuckles. So the fifth metacarpal was really took most of the beating. The fourth metacarpal, however, this one right here, the fourth metacarpal, just a break here at the base, and I could feel the plate right here. I could feel the plates on my skin. Moving it is a lot better. You can see I got a full range of motion now. When I first came out of surgery, I could just barely do this, and I think my tendons are, well, obviously you can see this. There's still some swelling like right here, and then right here where the main fractures are on the fourth metacarpal. There's swelling here, and then a lot of swelling here, and some down here. So like in this general area. But the swelling has gone down. You can see I can see my knuckle. I could kind of do the Spock thing, not as much, but it's a lot better. I remember I couldn't even do it. I was doing this, you know, but now I can kind of just keep it together, so I can live long and prosper now. Live long and prosper, yay. So some mobility, or not mobility, but flexibility, range of motion really came back quite a bit. Although I still have feeling a little numb right here. I don't know if that has to do with the tendons or whatever, or it's been almost 3 weeks since I'm out of surgery, and right about here I feel numb on the skin, slight numb. I feel it, but it feels a slight numbness to it. I'm sure that's all coming back. When I first got out, when I took the gauze off after 2 weeks, took the gauze off. It was tightly put on here. It felt really numb. I couldn't feel anything, but it's coming back. So I am recovering. Range of motion is helping a lot. I'm not wearing this as much. I'm still wearing. I'll wear it like when I go to sleep. I'll put it on just to keep everything kind of together. I don't put the splint on, but I'll put this on, and that way it covers the my scar here, and I'll sleep with this. Sometimes it gets a little hot. I recently bought a cordless Harbor Freight fan. I'm glad I bought it because sometimes my right hand, it gets, there's swelling here, and it feels hot. It feels hot sometimes. So I'll turn the fan on. It's a cordless fan, and I'll just rest my hand on the fan and let the air blow through, and it feels refreshing because sometimes my hand does get hot. Every now and then I feel a lot of cramping going on, especially if I start using it too much. Um, Now it's not too much of an issue, but it's, before I would feel a lot of stress on the bones, so I would just stop moving it. Now I'm just feeling a lot of cramping around the muscles here, here, and my fingers here. I feel a lot of cramping. Another thing is, if you see right here, there's still some swelling. I'm sure that's from the fractures down here. There might be some swelling down at the wrist, but now I can put some pressure on here. I can put it down and push. I can put it down and push. Before I couldn't push. I couldn't put too much pressure on it. It really hurt. And again, might be because of the bones and where it's healing down here, or could be the fracture or where it is, or the tendons. The tendons were really stiff, and it just took a while for my range of motion to come back after the surgery. They cut you open, and they pull the skin and the tendons so they could get to the bone and put the plate and drill holes in here and screw it in. So that's improved greatly, and I'm glad I got the surgery because we're in a coronavirus pandemic, and all elective surgeries are probably canceled or postponed. So I got this just before that was the pandemic in America started to happen, when the emergency declaration was issued. Some of the other things, if you see, like I'm not wearing the splint as much. I do wear the splint when I go out, and again, I got the wrist brace here. When I first came out, my wrist was really stiff, so I used this wrist brace. Just wrap it around, and well, you get the idea. Wrap it around, do this. My wrist was really stiff. Oh, it hurt to move. But I still use all this. I use the wristbands to put one here, and then over my hand, and then I put the wrist brace on, and then I put it on here because when I came out of surgery, my hand was all gauzed up, and now if I just do it on bare skin, there's just a lot of wiggle room. It's pointless to even put this on. So when they made the splint, I had a lot of gauze, so that's why I use these sweat bands to kind of mimic a gauze on my hand and wrist. And yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing with it so far. Let me see. Yeah, these goes together. So I still wear the splint when I go out, and just a visual indication for people to realize that I have a broken hand or broken wrist or broken arm, whatever. And then the ACE bandage. This is the original. I do have another one. I'm saving that one and putting into my emergency IFAK. So I'll probably put these into my IFAK somewhere. Another thing I'm doing is I'm using these stress balls. Oh, as you can tell, my hand's not 100% back. I drop things with my right hand just because it's not 100%. Like, I can't lift heavy things with it. I could lift a full pitcher of water. Before, if I grabbed a full pitcher of water and started pouring into the glass, I could feel the stress on my fifth metacarpal. I could feel the stress on the bones, the plate, and the screws on the bones and everything. Now I can actually grab a full pitcher of water, pick it up, and tilt it without feeling too much stress. I still feel it now and then. I think it's more of the cramping that I feel. Another thing is I do this now. This is amazing. I could barely do this when I first came out of surgery. Now it's amazing. I'm getting a full range here, and I feel the hard callus really setting in. One more week, it's probably going to be really solid. I'll probably go back to riding the electric bike and picking up the kids' breakfast and lunch from the school. They're doing a food line for the kids, so I'll probably ride my bike instead of driving the car, just to get me out of the house and get me active. So I do a lot of this. Use this because it's such a weird shape, and I just, sometimes just moving it around, helps me, especially this fake middle finger, because it's still not 100%. It's still not like I can barely kind of move it now. Before it's just it was just dead. I couldn't do anything. I'm getting some range of motion, and I feel like the tendons are riding over the plate. It's weird. I can feel a plate. I can feel the screw, the head of the screw here, 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 here. I mean, I could literally feel the bumps here, and my tendons are like riding, moving over it. Same thing on this side right here. I can feel the plate right here, the bumps on the plates, and I feel the tendons like moving over it. So I try to increase the range of motion, just do things with my right hand. I'm still using a lot of my left hand because it just holds a lot better. I can lift heavy things with it. It's more dexterous. My right hand, it's more of a support hand now, but at least I can use it though. I can use it now. So these are some of the things I'm doing. I'm still um, drinking the nutritional shake, which has calcium, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin A. I'm also still taking my creatine, and that's been helping. And just overall, I've been just eating in general. Um, so trying to maintain a good diet and getting a plenty of rest. I'm not going out because there's a pandemic going on, so I'm not like walking around or exercising. I'm not really exercising, but mostly relaxing. And once I get into, I think this is my 5th week. This is the 5th week. I started the 5th week. After the 5th week, and I get into the 6th week, um, I'll probably start riding the bicycle again. At least throttle. I'll be throttling. I'm not sure if I'm going to be pedaling. Probably not going to go too fast either. But there you go. There's an update to my broken hand. I'm on the 5th week on hard callus, and I could feel the difference. It is solidifying. The bone is hardening, and it feels good actually. Well, anyways, if you like this type of video, please like, share, comment. Until next time, everybody. Bye.